Okay, let's do the Sirsasana now. Okay, Sirsasana is a very simple posture. It really requires that strength or stability in our body. The way you do the Tadasana, if you're practicing the Samasthiti, Tadasana, very nice the whole week, so you're gonna catch it very quickly. Okay, if you feel like you're doing the Samasthiti, you're not like that, or like this, or like this, or hanging yourself like that in Tadasana, it's quite challenging actually. So I told you first day Samasthiti, headstand or handstand, Tadasana, plank pose, Chaturanga. They are all the same posture. They are same posture, same momentum. Only for example, you're keeping your body in a Samasthiti position, stable here. You do the Chaturanga, you just bend your elbows, your whole body same. You do the plank, same. You do the headstand, similarly. You do the handstand, similarly. Only the difference is the position of the arms, you're changing the position of the arm. But the whole body is performing the Samasthiti. You do the Chaturanga, you're performing the Samasthiti. You do the handstand, you're performing the Samasthiti. But as you take the arms up, sometimes you do like that. Tailbone goes back, belly goes in, and it's hard to hard to balance yourself in this position. So see, in a headstand, what is happening in the headstand? It compresses our cervical because of the body weight. But as long as you're using the arm strength, in the beginning of the handstand, as a beginner, we ask them to at least hold your 70% of the weight on your arms. 70%, okay? Once your neck is stable or once your neck is stronger after practicing the Sirsasana several times, many weeks, doesn't matter, you put the whole 100% weight on your head. And even also we put the weight on the Sirsasana. For example, there are few variations of the Sirsasana, like where you release the hands, it's called a Mukta Hasta Sirsasana, or release hand Sirsasana. You keep the hands to the side, or you just tripod headstand. You know a tripod headstand? When you do the tripod headstand, so all the weight where is come to the cervical. But our cervical is ready for that position. It's not okay, first day you do the cervical, all the weight goes to the cervical, so next day you cannot move your head. You get a lot of contraction of the cervical, you cannot turn your head to side. But see how we're going to shift the 70% weight on our arms by using our arm strength. So there is a one momentum which comes from your shoulder. Look at here. So most of the time when you do the Sirsasana, can you please show them Sirsasana one time, how you're doing? And one more thing, when you're using the blanket or any cushion underneath your head, so don't put the like cushion, something like that. Only for the head and your elbows on the floor. Okay, whenever you use the blanket cushion, make sure you're supporting your head and your elbows like that. So you have the support for the elbow, head and your wrist as well. Otherwise, the length of the arms get shorter and the head become longer. Okay, it's hard to balance. So what you're going to work on, so these 3 points, your elbows and your 2 elbows and your head. For example, you have the brick. You see, all the 4 edges are equal, so it can be stable here. But any part goes like a up or down, right? So it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to be stable like that. If any 2 foundation or one of them, or 1 foundation, 2 foundation get elevated, so it's gonna be like that. It's gonna hard to balance here. So in order to perform the Sirsasana, we're gonna keep our foundation equally. For what is the foundation? Your elbows, your wrist and your head. Like that. It has to be like flat here. So how we can make it flat? So when you do the headstand like that, if the arms are relaxed here. Now see the arms, movement of the arms, if the arms are relaxed here. Yeah, so see what is happening? This elbows are dropping, so I cannot make them in a one side. If I'm keeping the elbows lower, I'm not pressing the elbows to the floor, so my body will be leaning one side. Okay, then require the more core strength. So what we're going to do here, we'll try to extend our humerus, our upper arms bone, to bring our elbows aligned with the head, and second action. But what happens as you extend them, shoulder also get elevated. Okay, also as you're trying to pull them, shoulder also going down. So you're gonna press the shoulder down. So that pressing action is a really important. Otherwise, what happens if you lift the shoulder up? I asked you to press the elbows. I asked you to lift your upper arms bone, make your bone longer in order to bring it a level with the head. But what you did, you also bring your shoulder up. As you bring the shoulder up, what happened? As you lift your shoulder up, what happened? Yeah, what happened? Lift your shoulder up like that. Can you feel your neck? Neck becomes shorter. As the neck becomes shorter, and you after that, okay, you make the neck shorter, nothing will happen. But when you have the body weight on the neck, it compresses the cervical. Okay, so you're gonna make a one action, which is the downward movement of the scapula. Once you are here like that, we're gonna press the scapula. So move the scapula down towards your tailbone. Okay, so here you're gonna make the space by pushing the shoulder and scapula down. So same time, pushing the elbows up and pressing the shoulder down away from the ear. Remember, you're gonna make the space here between your lower lobe of the ears and the deltoids, your top of the shoulder. Make the more wide space, not to collapsing like that. Try to push it down by moving the scapula down towards the tailbone like that. So it will help us to bring our elbows a level and keep our shoulder wide. Let's try Mundi one time. Go slowly. Okay, interlock your finger, tuck your toe. Yeah. Now lift your knees up. Okay, once we comes in this position, remember, whenever we go for the inversion asana, tuck your t-shirt inside of your pant. Now, see what happened. Okay, good. So, see what happened in this position. What I'm trying to say, if you're not paying attention on our arms, on our shoulders, shoulder collapse. But see, when you lift your shoulder up, yeah, when you make the shoulder broaden, do you feel the more weight on your arms now? Yeah. So, when you try to lift your shoulder up, trying to make your shoulder broaden in this position, all the pressure comes to the arms. You see her arms are more stable now here. Now relax your shoulder. As you relax the shoulder, all the weight relax. Look at me, let me demonstrate it quickly one time. So when you relax the shoulder in this position, all the weight comes to your cervical. Okay. So for here, my shoulders. So I want you to, when you go for the Sirsasana, make sure you avoid this movement like that. Okay, so you press the elbows and lift the shoulder up. Okay, so as the shoulders are here, I'm lifting the shoulder up. I have the more weight on your elbows. So here it reduces the pressure from the cervical. But the moment I do like that, it collapses my cervical and all the body weight comes to the head. So I want you to press and lift up, lift the shoulder up. There's a complete safe movement, and also it helps you to strengthening your shoulder muscles, your arms muscle. Okay, so all the weight comes to the shoulder, all the weight comes to the shoulder and arms. So that's how we can shifting the weight in the beginning, like 70% or all the entire weight on your arms. So completely comfortable for that. Even though if somebody has a cervical pain, most of the people avoid to do the headstand. If they're practicing that way, very slowly, very carefully, they can perform the Sirsasana without stressing the cervical. Okay, let's try one more time, Mundi. Now, you good? Now see the point is which part of the head we're gonna rest on the floor. You see, there are a few techniques to practicing the Sirsasana, especially in the Ashtanga Yoga. They said resting the top of the forehead on the floor because this part is sensitive. You know, the crown chakra, this part is sensitive. We shouldn't put so much pressure on the crown of the head. Okay, so you'll see often the Ashtanga practice, they put the front of the head on the ground. Okay, but see what happened is an advanced technique. I don't say okay this is wrong, but for the people beginner, if they're trying to do like that, what happened to the cervical? Look at me. If I rest my forehead on the floor, see what happened to the cervical? Collapse. But if I move my head to like that down, so what happened? Neck comes aligned. Okay, so both are fine, but only if you have a strong neck, a strong cervical, you can try the forehead. But if you're having the cervical pain, or for the beginner people, they're not using the enough strength of the arms, must keep the crown of the head down on the floor. So you can rest the thumb on the center of your eyes, and you can move your head finger. So where you feel the finger, the middle finger, you can rest that part on the ground. Okay, easy way to take a measurement for your head. So where it touches the middle finger, the tip of the finger, you're gonna rest your forehead there. So from the center, very simply, so you're gonna rest that part of the head. Okay, but I don't want you to bring that front of the head on the floor because it stresses the cervical in the beginning. Okay, let's try now. So you interlock your finger. Now also we're using our hands to supporting your, for example, when you make a Sirsasana, you're gonna keep your hands like that, sides of the head, not underneath the head like that. Okay, this is not a cushion or pillow or something. The hands are supporting around your neck, from the sides of the head supporting you. Alright, okay, let's try now. So you interlock your finger, once again relax. So So we come into the Vajrasana position or Balasana position. So see, we're gonna keep our elbows like a wider shoulder width apart. Don't take them really wide. Otherwise, when we're working on the Sarvangasana, for example, this is your head and this is your elbows, the one position. Okay, they are wider than the shoulder. But this is your head and the elbows goes more wider than the shoulder. So see what happened in this position. There are more chances. Now you make a really long triangle, very big triangle here. So when you have a nice triangular, the length of the arms are equal here, you can be stable. But as you make a big triangle like that with the arm, so there are more chances to fall front and backward. Okay, and more chances to fall side to side as you open the arms more wider. So see, look at here. If I keep my arms like mad width apart, so it's also hard for me. So I will have the more chances to fall towards the mundi and backward direction. Okay, I have more chances to fall because my arms are too wide. My foundation is too bigger. So I'm going to keep my elbows in, level with the shoulder. So you can keep your hands, you can cross the arms like that way or just check it. Put your elbows underneath your shoulder and rolling the arms outward once and then drop the forearms and interlock the finger. So now as you interlock the finger, you can cross all the fingers together, that's also fine. But see, when you put the pressure on the pinky finger, it gives a little bit stress to your knuckles. So you can simply cross the pinky finger like that, one on the top, one front, one back, and the rest of the finger you're crossing. It's completely comfortable for the finger if by chance you have the weight on the hands. So what happens, you don't get that pressure on your knuckles. So you can keep your one finger, the last two on one front, one back, and rest of the finger you're crossing. You keep your thumb up or together, it really doesn't matter so much. But yeah, the position of the wrist and forearms is really matter in order to bring it connection with the floor. Now you see the structure of the forearm is a little bit bigger, wrist a little bit thinner. So see, when you put our hands down, we always have some gap left here between the floor and the wrist. Okay, if you maintain that gap, what it does, it makes us disbalance because it's not really connecting with the ground. So two action, what you're going to do here, either you press from the wrist down here strongly to fill that gap. Second option, you push this forearm bone, which is like a bulging out. Like you see, it's like a curve here. You press it down strongly so that this part comes connecting with the floor. Two options, you press the wrist too much harder, or second way, you press the forearm strongly so that the forearms, you fix it in the bone which is bulging out, you fix that muscle into the forearms, which bring your wrist a level.
Can you press the wrist one more time?
Yeah, you press the wrist like that strongly on the floor, or press the forearm strongly, which helping us to bring that outer arms completely connecting with the ground. Otherwise, we do the Sirsasana, we have so much space and it's quite challenging to balance here. Let's try, Mundi. You tuck your t-shirt inside of your pen. You got it? But when you're pressing the wrist, you don't need to tilt your palms like that. Keep your pinky finger connecting with the floor. Let's try now. So you're going to interlock your finger. First, rest your elbows underneath your shoulder. Yeah, you can measure like that. Interlock your finger. Yeah. And keep your sides of the palm connecting with the floor. You can keep your thumb like that. Pressing the wrist, forearm strongly on the ground. Okay. Press it down. Elbows down. Now, you move your head, you lift your hips up and rest your crown of the head between your palms. So, here. So, upper loop of the ears facing up toward the shoulder. So your crown of the head nicely on the ground. Yeah, that's fine. It's okay. Resting on the ground and your hands supporting your sides of the head and you're pressing the elbow, press the elbow down, Mundi. Now you tuck your toes here slowly and lift your knees up. And walking slowly. Okay, Caesar, okay, go up. You all right?
Yeah.
So Caesar practitioner, she can easily go up into the balancing position. But for example, somebody cannot balance in this position, how we can helping them? Okay, first let's see how we're going to do. Come up.
No? Oh my God.
What happened?
I thought you wanted me to come down.
Try again. Yeah, press the elbow and just imagine you're doing the samasthiti. How do the samasthiti? Tailbone in, push the thighs backward, a little bit more back. Yeah, a little bit more back. Yeah, and stretch your inner arch of the feet upward. Just imagine your feet on the floor. Balance. Yeah, feet together. Very good. Stay there. Lifting the shoulder higher. Very nice. Tailbone in. Press the elbows and stretch your heels up. Very good. Stable in this position. Is okay for the neck?
Yeah.
Very good. Relax. Come down. She's performing very easily because you know how to balance here. But the challenging is then when you have any person who cannot balance, or those have a stiffness on the hamstring, how we going to help them? See, it requires also flexibility of the hamstring to take the legs up. Also the core strength to take the legs up. So how we can learning headstand by ourselves? So same way like as we did the Sarvangasana, first just to also a lot of people have the fear of a falling down, or when they move their head first time down and try to lift their legs up, they feel a dizziness. So to there's a solution, we can use the wall support slowly, or we can do the half headstand or the Sirsasana. Your legs remain on the floor and your buttocks up. For example, if somebody feeling the dizziness, but if you never try, you will always feeling the dizzy. Okay, you need to try, you need to overcome. So you put your head down, we can ask them to stay in this position. Lift your hips up, stay in this position. Once they get...
That is called Sirsasana.
Yeah, you can call it Sirsasana. Once, no, I just made it half Sirsasana. But once they are comfortable, not feeling any dizziness, so we can try with support of the wall. Now,
Yeah, but how do you explain to someone not to kick?
not to kick.
Jumping up, not to.
Yeah, how to...
Because then you lose your balance.
Yeah, you
So
lose
you
the
have
balance,
to- you have
exactly.
to-
Yeah, how to go up now here, look
you
at
have
it.
to go up
Slowly
legs.
upward. Yeah. First, let's see from the easy way. This,
using
yeah,
the
this
core.
all, yeah, this using the core. This also quite challenging one to kicking up. But before that, see the easiest one. Okay, how we're gonna put our body in upside down on the weight on our head, on our arms. Okay, first see that one, and then we go for the kicking one. Can you please pull the mat a little closer to the wall? Your friend is still here.
Yeah, but you see the wall, the problem is that I learned with the wall and it took me years
Took you years.
to get away from the wall.
Get away from the wall.
Yeah, so I think the wall is really something to avoid.
No, turn this side. No, see how we're gonna use the wall. We're not gonna use the wall to completely depend on the wall. First is this is the easy way for the people those are feeling, those have a fear of falling down, or those are feeling the dizziness. Okay, then you are better than them because you're jumping, start to kicking the wall. But it's for the people those are really a beginner, really finding difficult to move their body weight upside down. Okay, so how are we gonna help them, or as a self adjustment to go upside down? But see, easy way. I come back to your point. So here, so we come into the kneeling position, and I put my elbows underneath my shoulder, according the length of your legs. Somebody have the longer legs, you know, you have a long legs or long torso. Somebody have the longer legs, you're gonna keep your elbows slightly further than the shoulder. Okay, if you have a shorter legs, you're gonna adjust the elbows underneath you, closer to the knees like that. But normally, no longer you're fine. So you're gonna put your elbows underneath your shoulder. Okay, in this position, move your arms forward, interlock your finger, rest your head down, press the elbows and lift your shoulder up, tuck your toes, take the one leg up, other leg up, and move your toes away from the wall.
Okay.
And move the one leg up.
Okay.
So you have the support of the wall and you stay here for a bit. And work on the right leg to balancing. So try to feel your leg, that make sure you're not pushing it too much backward or too forward. Just try to feel that it's in upright position, and try to balancing with the right leg here, keeping the right leg tight and shoulder high. Hold it for a bit. You change the leg just to move your body upside down here. Okay, so this is the easiest way that we can move ourselves in a headstand position without any partner or without any help. Now, second way. Second way is a balancing. How we're gonna work on the balancing. Okay, how we're gonna take our legs upward of the floor. So two way, either we can use the wall same like that way as I'm doing. Like how, let me show you one more time to work on the balancing. For example, still here I'm taking the help of the wall to go up. I take my one leg up, I stretch my one leg up, and slowly I try to bend my bottom leg, left one. I keep my top leg straight here. I'm not moving my leg. If you move this top leg, you're going to lose the balance. I just stable it one position, press the elbow, lift your shoulder, and very slowly here I fold my bottom leg. Slowly. But still this is an easy way because I didn't go up by kicking up, by using my core strength. Once we here, you bring the knee to the thigh, your ankle to the thigh, and very through your thigh try to climb up without disturbing the right leg. You're going to work on the right leg, work on the right leg, work on the right leg. Keep your right leg stable, keep your right leg stable, and you're here. Okay, as you release, down, down. So this is still a kind of some easy way you're taking the wall support. Now the challenging one to kicking upward. Okay, that kicking upward, like remember as you're doing the handstand, how you are balancing or how much force required to kick your legs upward. For the kicking up require the flexibility on the hamstring and also the stability of the quad. Now first kick we can try, for example we are not using the wall, or we're just using the, if you have the flexible thigh, we can just ask people to open the leg. For example, how? Okay, you ask them to come to the Sirsasana and take the one leg up, and then slowly here keep that leg high and then slowly take the other leg up. So it requires the flexibility of the hamstring to take your leg up slowly without losing the balance. But if you're having the stiffness on the thigh, it doesn't allow us to open the leg here. So we're going to use our core strength. But see, using the core strength, so in this position, like as you're jumping in the handstand or from the downward facing dog to Uttanasana, what I'm calling all the time, moving your hips higher, moving the buttocks higher. With the jumping action the same. Now look at here, if I, same from the Ardha Sirsasana, if my hips are like pointing back towards the wall, it's hard to go upward. It's really hard to go up. So what you're going to do here, we walk our legs and try to lift your hips higher, walking the leg, hips higher. Once the hips comes over the shoulder, you bend the one knee, other knee, shoulder high, stay there. Taking your time, balancing in this position, shoulder high. No rush to go up. Once you are, this is the hardest part to come in this position. That is the easiest part, it's a very easy part to take the legs up. It's easy part to take the legs up, just extend your legs, because hard part already done. This is the hard part. From here you walk the legs, shoulder up and bend the one knee, pressing the elbow. So I'm pressing my elbows down strongly, and same time I'm trying to lift my hips upward. As I try to lift my hips up, it will help me to keep my back straight, and I will slowly easily open the leg. But this one is still quite challenging, require the more core strength, more arm strength, more shoulder strength. So see how we often helping people to go up with support of the wall. Actually with support of the wall they get little bit confidence actually. Here they're falling all the time, they cannot lift themselves immediately up into the position. Those have a nice core strength, they can maybe in a first attempt, second attempt, third attempt they can get into the Sirsasana. But with the support of the wall, we're asking them to just be comfortable. But see, when you're moving yourself away from the wall, how you're going to pull yourself away from the wall. Also see, there are some technique, we use sometime brick, and sometime you make a space. Like for example, how if I am teaching you every day, do the Sirsasana with support of the wall. First of all, when you use the wall first time for the wall, keep your fingers connecting with the wall. Don't make the space, it gives the arch to the spine, especially those who have a flexible spine. So you put your head down, you take your toes, touch your back on the wall and press the elbow, one leg up or jumping or kicking. So see, every time when you're kicking up, so also the same like a handstand, you're trying to control the weight or trying to understand how much weight, how much pressure you need to take the legs up. Sometimes you go up forcefully, you hurt your heel. Sometimes you go very slowly, but you cannot touch your heels up down. So it's the same, you're trying to develop that muscle memory, how much strength you need to when you're going up kicking with the kicking up. But yeah, when you're going slowly by using the core strength here, but when you go with the core strength, do not touch your hands on the wall, because we need to push our hips over the shoulder. Like as he's saying, now we walk our hands slightly forward. Now look at this position. I walk my hands, legs forward, and I push my hips up towards the wall. I lean my body towards the wall and I bend my knee here. I lean my body towards the wall. I lift my shoulder up now and slowly, slowly, slowly. If in any case you lose the balance, you have the wall there. Then again, press the feet, move yourself slowly away from the wall. Stay there, slowly, slowly, slowly. You're going to take your legs up away from the wall. But still, in this position really require the more core strength as I'm lifting my legs very slowly upward. But as I said, we always practicing with the wall and how we can move ourselves away from the wall. Can you pass me 2 bricks, please? When you're gonna move ourselves away from the wall, so for that we require a little bit. We have the wall, just any case we lose the balance, we know that we have the wall, will fall against the wall will help us. So if you want to move yourself away from the wall, we need a little bit support here. For example, I may make this T shape with a brick. You can use the 2 brick. When you don't feel stable, you can use the 2 brick, 1 brick here, 1 brick here, 2 brick, more supportive. But I think it's okay, I can manage here. So I keep the brick with the T shape. So now what I'm going to do, most of the time I was touching my back on the wall all the time, but here what I'm going to do, I touch my shoulder on the brick. I'm not going to touch my body on the wall, but yeah, on the going up required, so you can. I touch my hands to the brick a little bit, keep the brick center underneath on the central. I put my hand down, I rest my hand on the ground, I lift my press the elbows, lift my shoulder up and take my legs. So I have the brick here, I bend my knee. So I keep the brick just supporting my shoulder just to make me comfortable that I have a little support here. And I keep my feet together. I'm not connecting with the wall, but I know I'm closer to the wall. I have a support for my shoulder. So when you have the support for the shoulder, you have to balance on the upper part of the body. Lower part has to be stable, and more challenging is balancing from the lower spine. Those have a flexible back is quite challenging to keep the back stable here. But once you can control the muscles, it's super easy. You slowly bend the knee, drop your legs down, back to the floor, and relax. This way. You can move yourself away from the wall.
Can you give some tips on if you fall, how to fall?
Yeah, so try to fall on your back, like immediately rounding the back. So try to collapsing yourself very quickly. It's a quick action. I try to make it slower as much as I can. I don't know if I can make it or not, but I try my best. So here, for example, you lift here. So once you're in a Sirsasana, so immediately if you lose the balancing, you're going to collapse, rolling on your neck. You keep the hands, you just collapse your neck and rolling on your back. Because this is a more stronger part, if you hurt, it doesn't affect so much because our back is super strong. But if any case you fall side to side, so there are chances to fall side to side in this way. See? Or if you move the elbows too inward like that, but most of the time we don't do it. We don't do like that. But if the elbows goes outward, there are more chances to fall front and back and side to side. See what happened? As much we keep our elbows closer or directly underneath the shoulder, there are no chances to fall side to side because you are using your arm strength. But yeah, if you put the one side more pressure, other side less pressure, maybe we can fall to the one direction and the other direction. It can be a little bit challenging. But when you are directly keep them underneath the shoulder, they give the nice stability, nice support to our shoulder here. Okay, or we're not using the shoulder strength. For example, you're lifting one side, only the one side, other side is relaxing, or just lifting from the one side, other side is relaxing. So there is more chances to fall one side. But yeah, whenever you're trying to fall, you just collapse yourself very quickly. It's a super fast action. You collapse yourself because when you're falling, our mind get blank out for a few seconds. Like it's very quickly, you don't understand anything what to do, which move you have to do. If in case you lose the balance, every time rounding the back and collapsing yourself, trying to do the protective movement, like protection of the chest, trying to come into the protective movement, rounding the back slowly. All right. So see, when I'm falling, I just collapsing this movement to protecting my head, protecting my shoulder, my back. If you just fall like straight like that, there's a problem. But when you're collapsing yourself, so when you collapse yourself, the speed of the falling also decrease, and also you protect yourself. You just become like a wheel, you round on your back. But if you fall like that way, so definitely you will hurt your back, or definitely you will hurt your knees or your hips or your ankle. So when you're falling this side, quickly land on the toes instead of touching the knees. When you fall backward, just rounding yourself. We can practice it sometime, like how to fall from the Sirsasana. Okay, all right. So it's quite challenging to get away from the wall. But yeah, how we can get away from the wall? As you're saying, for example, if you used to practicing with support of the wall like this space, okay, you try here, no problem. You continue trying here. But every day, when you're getting more comfortable, yeah, it's slowly moving yourself. Like, okay, one day you try, but as you're moving from here, you need to add a more strength every time to go up. If you're going up with a kicking up on the wall, so you need to make the more strength. But slowly as you're moving yourself away from the wall for the long presses, use the core and also try to jump mindfully. If you're not jumping mindfully every time, so see, you're not learning anything, not at all. See what happened, for example, if I'm here very closer, okay, I jump here without touching, without making that noise. Okay, comfortable here, come here a little bit, again, you jump sometime, maybe first day you will jump like very forcefully too, or maybe you cannot touch the heel. So every time, like you make a many repetition when you're jumping, okay, one time you jump, you touch the heel, come down, try again, jump. Now this time without touching the heel, I can go to the headstand. So it is a repetition of the kicking up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Every time you're going up, you're trying to understand like how much force you require to go up on the wall. But if you're jumping unconsciously, okay, I want to go up there and that's it, no more. Okay, it's really hard to learn, you know. You need to make the muscle memory how much strength we need to take, go up to jumping on the wall. So slowly as you come, move yourself away from the wall, require the more mindfulness, you know, slowly how much pressure you need to go up and then come down. And whenever you're going up, jumping up, try to balance with the one leg. For example, if I jump from here, my first leg, I take it up, I balance it with my top leg. Once I get the balance here, I slowly take the other leg up as well. All right.